inside of it is beautiful. They have this giant R for Team Rocket, and it's actually made out of this very heavy, like acrylic plastic. It has a beautiful, bright mirror finish to it, which is beautiful. And the design of the Moltres is so pretty. It has this very fiery gradient design that I love and is mirrored in a lot of the artwork inside, so I'm very excited about that. This is packed with so many fun goodies that I cannot wait to share with you. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, close your eyes if you like, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Get cozy, curl up under a blanket or two, and get ready for some tingle, 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 tingles. Lily Hollow ASMR. First, let's take a look at the beautiful promo cards. I love how this was designed. You have it opening up, and the cards are sleeved in there. And on the back side, you can see the other two. Let's get them sleeved up and take a closer look. If you are interested in this live code, let me know down in the comments. First up, you can't have a Team Rocket's Moltres EX Ultimate Premium Collection without a Team Rocket's Moltres card. The first variation of it is the regular EX. However, it has the beautiful Destined Rivals stamp right there. The next variation is the ultra rare version. I love how the ultra rares have kind of like a manga style in the background with the Team Rocket trainer and the beautiful Moltres in front, all filled in the beautiful fiery colors. And of course, we have our stamp right there. And finally, they include the special illustration rare of the Team Rocket's Moltres EX. Oh, I'm so excited that they included this card. It's been one of my chases in Destined Rivals, and even though I've opened a very big amount of them, I have not managed to pull it yet. So I'm so excited to add this to my collection. The card features the Team Rocket member here standing on the rooftop of a building overlooking a massive cityscape at night. But what is truly the best part of it is the gorgeous Moltres that is in the foreground and swooping in around him. I just love how the illustrator managed to really blend the fire and his wings so well. You really can't tell where his wings end and the fire begins. items on the sides as well. So fun. Next, they include this really fun coin that features a beautiful flame in the center. It definitely has more of a tech feel to it though, because of the hexagonal design that they did around the edges. Very cool. They've also included a lovely set of dice to match the colors of the Moltres. Let's take a closer look. The regular damage dice feature a dark smoky stone dice, and the large dice, which can be used to roll heads and tails, like even in odds, is actually transparent. Very cool. It's a transparent reddish hue with the black dots. So it's kind of the inverted version of the damage dice. We also receive the poison and burn markers that they usually include in ETBs. And one of the other items that I'm so excited about is this gorgeous playmat. Let's take a closer look at it. Oh, wow. I apologize that I cannot fit this in my whole frame, but it is beautiful. It features the red Moltres outline on a black background, which really makes the Moltres and the giant R pop. So fun. And of course, the best part about this set is they include a whopping 18 packs of various Pokemon cards. This is probably going to be a long video, so definitely get cozy if you have not already. Since this is a Team Rocket collection, we'll start with the Destined Rivals packs. Interestingly, they only actually included 2 packs of Destined Rivals, which is a little surprising, but that's okay. We'll start with this Cynthia's Garchomp pack, which is another one of the SARs I have not pulled yet, so that would be fantastic if she decided to reveal herself tonight. Here's your first QR code of the evening. Do our energy trick to the front, and we begin the night with a fighting energy. Pow. To kick us off, we have the Team Rocket's Pseudowodo. The pseudowodo is seen here frolicking in a beautiful autumn forest, surrounded by golden leaves falling from the trees. We have a Team Rockets coughing, hovering around the hallway, spewing his toxic smog everywhere. I actually got the coughing-based deck when I did the Destined Rivals pre-release, and it actually was a lot of fun. We have the electric Electabuzz. Buzz. Seen here, battling in a field, pointing off to the left for some reason. Its body constantly discharges electricity. Getting close to it will make your hair stand on end. We have a Team Rockets transceiver for our first item of the evening. The transceiver looks like a little walkie-talkie that is branded with the Team Rocket R. It reads, search your deck for a supporter card that has Team Rocket in its name. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. To go with that Team Rocket's coughing that we just found, we have its evolved form, the Wheezing. The Team Rocket's Wheezing is very fun because of its attack Explode Together Now, which does 40 damage for each Pokemon in play that has coughing or wheezing in its name, both yours and your opponent's. Next up, we have the Stadium card, Granite Cave. This is a stadium that is specific to Steven's decks, and if you play it, then all of Steven's Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks. We have a lovely teal mask Ogrepon frolicking in the forest. She almost looks like a little woodland fairy. So cute. Following the Ogrepon, we have a Team Rockets Drowsy for our first reverse hollow. The Drowsy is seen here looking very menacing as he stands in a very smoky alleyway. There's a ton of rusted pipes and wires all around him as well. And, oh no, oh, the Ogrepon was reverse hollow. Okay, we were not missing a card. I did have a video a while back where I was actually missing a card in the back. But for our first rare tonight, we have a Zeraora. Sweeping its way towards us, buzzing with electricity. Electricity sparks from the pads on its limbs. Wherever Zeraora runs, lightning flashes and thunder echoes. Destined Rivals pack. Here's your second QR code of the evening. Energy trick to the front. And we begin this pack with a purple psychic energy. Some spoilers there. We have a Breloom frolicking through a forest. It scatters poisonous spores. It throws powerful punches, while its foes is hampered by inhaled spores. We have an adorable Snoover up next. This art is designed by one of my favorite illustrators, Tomokazu Koyoma. And I know I always call this one out, but I just love the color design that he used for this card. It's also fun to use in combination with the Mega Abomasnow card that came out in Mega Evolutions. It might have been Mega or Phantasmal Flame. It might have been Phantasmal Flames. Either way, he's very fun. Next up, we have a Hippopotas. Standing at the mouth of a giant rocky cavern in the desert. Flying from the ceiling towards us, we have a Team Rocket's Ekans. He features 2 attacks, Drag Down and Gnaw. The Drag Down requires you to flip a coin, and if it is heads, then your opponent's Pokemon becomes paralyzed. We have a very useful item up next, the Energy Recycler. Recycle. This item allows you to shuffle up to 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile back into your deck. We have a Team Rocket's Murkrow up next. This card is actually very useful because both of his attacks are really cool. He has an attack called Deceit, which lets you search your deck for any supporter card and add it to your hand. And he has a Torment card that does 30 damage, and you get to choose one of your opponent's attacks, and during that next turn, they cannot use it. Basically, the card version of Disable. We have a Stadium card, the Team Rocket's Watchtower. This card is interesting because colorless Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, have no abilities. For our first reverse holo, we have his offspring by placing them in caps between the spines on its back. The spines will never secrete poison while young are present. For our next reverse hollow, we have a Stevens Bellum. He is seen here floating in a beautiful crystal cavern. The magnetic force generated by its body repels the ground's natural magnetism, letting it float. And for our rare card, we have another one of my favorites, the Cressel. I actually got a plushie of him because I loved him so much. He is seen here falling over a rock and getting his head stuck in it. He just looks so shocked and annoyed about this predicament he has fallen into. I love it. He also has a cool ability called Mysterious Rock In, which prevents all damage done to him by attacks from your opponent's EX Pokemon. That could actually be kind of interesting in the current meta, where a lot of people are playing Mega Pokemon, because it means they can't actually attack him. We have our reverse hollow Stevens Bellum. And our reverse hollow Needle Queen. Next up, we are moving to a newer set, the Mega Evolutions. This pack features the lovely Mega Gardevoir on the cover. Here's another QR code for you. And some dabbies for good luck. To start us off, we have another fighting energy. We have a mischievous looking Thievul. Frolicking through a rose field at night. I guess technically a rose garden, not a field. We have the adorable young goose crawling its way through an alley in the city. He looks very upset, as if you're encroaching on his territory, and he is not pleased about it. We have a cute little tingler peeking its way out from behind a barrel. Hidden beneath a tangle of vines that grows non-stop, even if the vines are torn off. favorite cards of the set, the Clowncher. This is another Tamakazu Kayoma card, and I just love it because the people in the background are so hilarious as they get knocked back from the leaping Clowncher. This Pokemon launches water by detonating gas inside its right claw. It snips flying Pokemon. We have a mighty Volcanion up next. Sitting menacingly in front of an active volcano. He features 2 attacks, Singe and Backfire. The Singe attack burns your opponent, and the Backfire does 130 damage, but you have to put 2 fire energies that are attached to him back into your hand. Following the Volcanion, we have the supporter Lily's Determination. This is an extremely useful supporter card in most decks now because it reads, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. If you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, then you get to draw 8 instead. Very useful for the start of the game, especially if you had a bad hand. To go with that Yongoose that we found, we have his evolved form, the Gumshoos. He is seen here on a stakeout, following some evidence of footsteps leading into a cavern. For our first item, Reverse Hollow, we have a Mega Signal. The Mega Signal lets you search your deck for any Mega Evolution Pokemon and add it to your hand. Oh my god! I'm so excited! I finally got us there! We got the Mega Latias EX, you guys! Oh my god, it's beautiful! It goes so well with the Moltres as well. Whatever it's, yeah, I think it might be the same artist. Oh my god, we got the Mega Latias EX. She's so pretty. She's these beautiful hues of violet and blue and red. It is seen swooshing over a giant city. I love how her, like the energy around her just almost looks like paint strokes. Oh my god, that's such a pretty card. I'm so excited, you guys. This is the first special illustration rare I made at Mega Evolutions. Let's see, I'm pretty certain. Yes, it is the same artist. You can really tell their style is very similar, especially like the composition of the birds. Oh, that's so cool. The illustrator is Akira Egawa. Oh, I'm so happy. And for our final card of the pack, we have a Cloudser. The Cloudser has an ability called Fall Back to Reload. Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the active spot to your bench, you may use the ability and attach up to 2 basic water energy cards from your hand to him, which works very well with his Aqua Launcher attack because when he uses it, he has to discard all of his energy. Let's definitely get these guys sleeved up. stealing food from others. It erases its tracks with swipes of its tail, as it makes off with its plunder. We have a cheeky little milk tank up next, sitting in a lovely field, probably on a farm. This Pokemon needs to be milked every day, or else it will fall ill. The flavor of Miltank's milk changes with the seasons. That's actually true of all milk. I learned that on a cheese tour in France. The cheeses actually taste different depending on what time of year it is. Following the milk tank, we have the beautiful Corellia. Dancing in a lovely sunbeam in the forest. We have a tiny ninjask buzzing its way through the field. He features one attack called U-Turn, which does 90 damage and lets you switch him with one of your benched Pokemon. We have a Marshadow. Doing a shadowy sidekick towards us. This Pokemon can conceal itself in any shadow, so it went undiscovered for a long time. We have an item card, the Fighting Gong, which is a very useful item for fighting decks, because it lets you search your deck for a basic fighting energy card or basic fighting Pokemon and add it to your hand. For our first reverse holo, we have the lovely Ivysaur. He is seen using a leaf as an umbrella as it drizzles softly around him. Oh man, back-to-back illustration fairs. This never happens to me, you guys. Oh, we got the Spirit Tomb. Oh, so fun. Oh, this is a fantastic box already. The Spirit Tomb is seen here, sitting on a giant boulder in a spooky forest. I love how he's really like glowing brightly and is really the focus of this image. But there's lots of little cool details if you keep looking around, like these kind of eerie lily pads in the pond all around him and these giant shadowy trees. Oh, that's so fun. He features an ability called Spiteful Swirl. If your active dark Pokemon is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, place 1 damage counter on the attacking Pokemon. Very cool. Oh, I'm so excited. And we have a lovely Yveltal for our final slot. When its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Yveltal. Nice and secure. actually one of my favorite sets to open. I loved all the cards in it, especially just because it was like so trainer focused. Both this and Destined Rivals had the trainer cards, which is a lot of fun. Let's see who we find. Here's a Ready Together QR code. And we have a dark energy to go with our spirit doom. First up, we have the lovely Impidimp. I always love the art on this card because the background is just so intricate and detailed. There's just so many different splotches of leaves and berries and branches everywhere. Beautiful. It was done by the artist Haru Asaka. We have an adorable Lechonk prowling outside of the city walls. It features one attack, Ram, for 10 damage. This was another one of my favorite art cards in the set. It features Cubone. He is standing outside of a giant tree trunk hole and is looking off into the distance longingly. We have the adorable Enzjaltic. This is one of the full art cards that I really want to get, but actually I think it might have been in black. Yeah, I think it was in black and white actually. It wasn't the Enzjaltic, but the version from black and white is so cute. It's like sitting on this little desk lamp. It's adorable. Anyways, since it can't generate its own electricity, it sticks onto large-bodied Pokemon and absorbs static electricity. We have a Hops Cramorant up next. Looking very surprised that you have spotted him sneaking his way through the Tuscan fields. We have a bubbly little Octillery swimming beneath the ocean waves. The Octillery is the evolved form of Remoraid and has 2 attacks, Aqua Wash and Octo Beat Down. The Aqua Wash does 20 damage and lets you put an energy that is attached to your opponent's active Pokemon back into their hand. The Octo Beat Down's kind of cool too because you flip a coin until you get tails, and the attack does 90 damage for each heads. We have a regular Weezing up next. Easy. Top grade perfume is made using its eternal poison gases by diluting them to the highest level. I want to hear more about that story. For our first Reversalo, we have the adorable Paldean Whopper. He is flouncing his way through a little pond and just looks so happy and excited. Just makes me so happy whenever I see him. For our next Reversalo, we have the supporter Black Belts Training. There were 4 variations of Black Belts Training in this set, and it features the martial artists in all different That's training. And a Paldean Whopper. Moving on to the next of our Journey Together packs. We have a pack featuring Yono and Bellybot. I actually saw an adorable Bellybot plushie at Target today that I really wanted to get, but it was kind of big. Here's another Journey Together QR code for live. And we have another fighting energy. Wow, we've been very heavy on the fighting energies this evening. We have a Larvesta, who is matching my nail polish. The Larvesta has 1 attack, Willow Wisp, for 10 damage. And I also love the art on this. It has like a beautiful, colorful, kind of like cartoony vector feel all around it. Oh, so fun. We have a regular Beldum. It's still interesting to me that in this set, the Beldums are psychic Pokemon, but in Destined Rivals, the Stevens Beldum is a metal. Oh, we have a Torkoal. Seen here looking very happy and calm in this lovely afternoon in front of a spouting volcano. We have an adorable koala, the little koala Pokemon. He is seen here snuggling with his log as he takes a nap. I love that they put this little swing set in the background, so it alludes to the fact that he swings on it sometimes. We have the supporter card, the Ruffian. Looking like he's doing a sketchy deal in this abandoned subway station. He lets you discard a Pokemon tool and a special energy from one of your opponents. Following the Ruffian, we have a Gingino. She is seen here frolicking through a lovely field of daisies. She just looks so happy. The oil that seeps from its body is really smooth. For people troubled by bad skin, this oil is an effective treatment. We have a spinning Maractus up next. The Maractus has an ability called Exploding Needles, which reads, if this Pokemon is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack, then you get to put 6 damage counters on that attacking Pokemon. Very fun. much life to them. Low kicks. And for our rare of this pack, we have a Meowscarada. Meowscarada. She is the evolved form of Florigato and is seen here looking very confident in her flower paw attack. She features an ability called Showtime, which lets you switch it with your active Pokemon if she's on your bench. Meowscarada. Low kicks, reverse hollow. And our Metagross. Continuing on with Journey Together, we have a pack that features N and his Zoroark. I also love the design like the graphic circles they did on the Journey Together packs. Felt very cohesive. Here's another QR code. Our energy to the front, and we have a metal energy up next. Metal. First up, we have another beautiful Larvesta. In ancient times, Larvesta was worshipped as the emissary of the sun. However, it was also viewed as a burden since it often caused forest fires. We have another cute little Buildum up next. He features 2 attacks, the spinning attack for 10 damage and a beam attack for 30. We have a Torkoal again. Coal is the source of Torkoal's energy. Large amounts of coal can be found in the mountains where they live. Interesting. We have another adorable Komala. I love that his attack is called Slumbering Smack. It deals 30 damage and makes both Pokemon asleep. He smacked him to sleep. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. That's fun. Following the Komala, we have a spooky Banette. The Banette is the evolved form of Schubert, and I always found this drawing to be extra eerie. I don't know if it's just like the way his mouth expression is, or I don't know. This Pokemon developed from an abandoned doll that amassed a grudge. It is seen in dark alleys. We have a feisty Pangoro up next. hasn't given up on its petty misdeeds and pranks. For our first reverse hollow at the back, we have the Torkoal. I actually feel like he was the one common Pokemon that I hadn't pulled in Journey Together. It always seems to happen to me where there's always one common card that just, for some reason, Levincia. It's a very useful card because it reads, once during each player's turn, that player may put up to 2 basic lightning energies from their discard pile back into their hand. To go with the Cubone that we just found, we have its evolved form, the Alolan Marowak. Not sure why this version is Alolan and the other version was just a regular Cubone, but that's okay. This Pokemon sets the bone it holds on fire and dances through the night as a way to mourn its fallen allies. We have a Pokemon tool up next that is specific for Lily Sticks. The Lily's Pearl. It reads, if the Lily's Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, then your opponent takes 1 fewer prize cards. Very useful in conjunction with the Lily's Clefairy. For our first reverse hollow of the pack, we have an Articuno. I actually don't think I had a reverse hollow of him, so that's exciting. This Pokemon can control ice at will. Articuno is said to live in snowy mountains riddled with permafrost. Oh! For our next card, we got another full art. I've actually pulled this one before, but I love it still. It's adorable. It's the Lycanroc. Be going straight into my trade binder. Ah, it's so fun. I actually never noticed that there was a sleeping rock ruff next to it on the foreground there. Oh, that's so cute. Looks like the Lycanroc is like protecting the little baby rock ruff. Love it. He has an ability called Spike Clad, which reads, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may attach up to 2 spiky energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Very fun. And for our final card of Journey Together, we have a Hops de Wool. Its majestic horns are meant only to impress the opposite gender. They never see use in battle. Well, we've been doing very well on full arts tonight. Makes up for a couple of my other previous boxes where they were a little bit light on them. Yeah, our Articuno. And our beautiful Lycanroc. Beautiful. The coin. We are now moving onwards to another one of my favorite sets, Surging Sparks. So, as you may know, I've opened a ton of Surging Sparks and I still have not gotten any Pikachus. Like, not even the regular Pikachu. So, I'm hoping maybe tonight will finally be the night. Let's see. is a Surging Sparks QR code. Have one energy to the front, and we begin with a psychic energy. And to go with that psychic energy, we have an adorable Meryl. I love the art on this card. It has like such a simplistic and cute design to it. Like the flowers are literally just circles with a solid color. It just has such a kawaii feel to it. We have a Ruller up next. Roly poly Ruller. It rolls its mud ball around while the energy it needs for evolution matures. Eventually, the time comes for it to evolve. We have a beautiful Graplocked up next. He is the evolved form of Globopus, the adorable little octopus with boxing gloves, which I love. The background on this is such an interesting, like, abstract coloring pattern. It has a very, like, eerie energy feel to it, which makes him feel more menacing. We have a very chill-looking Dino. I know some of you pronounce it Dino. It probably is pronounced Dino, actually. I sometimes get my pronunciations wrong, and I apologize for that. Feel free to call me out in the comments if you catch any. The Dino nests deep inside a cave. Food there is scarce, so Dino will sink its teeth into anything that moves and attempt to eat it. Munch, munch, munch. We have an item card, the Chill Teaser Toy. The big floofy cat toy. Although I feel like it's very situational because it's like you can only use this card if you go second and only during your first turn. So it's like so specific a situation. But it lets you put an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon back into their hand. Following the Chill Teaser Toy, we have an angry looking Paldiandoros. I actually love the like aqua blue color that they used for his horns and the dots on his head. It gives it a very cool like glowing effect. To go with our Latios that we found earlier, we have a Latios swooshing his way through a cliffside. A highly intelligent Pokemon. By folding back its wings in flight, it can overtake jet planes. For our first Reversalo, we have a very angry looking Snorlax. He looks like he was taking a nap and you woke him up, and he is very upset about that. For our next Reversalo, we have an Annihilate. He is the evolved form of Primate, and it's looking almost like ghostly in this image, because like everything is very almost monotone purple colors, except for his glowing red eyes. And for our first rare of Surging Sparks, Snorlax. Moving on to our next Surging Sparkles pack. This one featuring Latios and Latias on it. I believe this set had a fun Latias art as well. Might have been Latios actually. Here's your next Surging Sparks QR code. And we have a dark energy up first. Oh, we have an adorable Fempi. Relaxing on a shoreline and looking a little bit confused. But it is okay. We are here to help, Mr. Vampy. We have a little stonefish up next. Stonefisk. He's swimming in very muddy water. It's almost like he's causing all this mud because it's much bluer off in the distance over there. It's funny. Thanks to bacteria that lived in the mud, plants with it, this Pokemon developed the organs it uses to generate electricity. Following the Stunfisk, we have a pair of Shellos. Shellos. Oh, they look so cute. The blue one just looks so happy with his friend. I love that her attack is just sprinkle water, but it does do 30 damage. We have a Dadine up next. Dadine. She is looking like she is ready for a fight and has charged up lots of little static shocks between her whiskers. Cute. We have an item card, the Meddling Memo, which reads, your opponent counts the cards in their hands and shuffle those cards, puts them on the bottom of their deck. If they do that, then they have to draw that many cards. Good for hand disruption. We have a very surprised looking Appleton up next. He just looks so shocked. It's funny. When some Lechonk come along to lick the sweet nectar on Appleton's back, Appleton will spew sticky nectar at them to drive them away. We have a mighty Cryodon up next. He's seen here standing, looking very powerful with his claws out. For our first reverse hollow of the pack, we have a Cetitan, the evolved form of the adorable Cetadile. He is looking much more scary and intense as energy and wind swooshes around his wings. He has an ability called Solid Body, which lets him take 30 less damage from attacks. Oh. For our next reverse hollow, we have one of my favorite cards in the set, the Vulpix. sure you attack it with something that's lower than 200 damage first, or else it'll just come back. Oh, I'm so excited. I finally got a Pikachu. I don't know, like I've been looking for a year for the Surging Sparks Pikachus. So this is very exciting. He's going up here. We have our lovely Vulpix. And Ice Titan. Yeah. Well, that was an exciting pack. Let's see if we can keep this ball rolling with this Surging Sparks pack featuring the Alolan Execute. Energy to the front, and we have a water energy up first. Splish, splish, splish. Water. First up, we have a lovely little Charcadet. She is seen here rushing through a field, kicking up a bunch of dirt and leaves as she does. Its firepower increases when it fights, reaching over 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. It likes berries that are rich in fat. We have a cute little small chum. Up next, she has an attack called the Delightful Kiss, which actually costs no energy, which is kind of cool. And it lets you search your deck for 2 basic psychic energy cards and attach them to one of your benched Pokemon. That's actually pretty useful. We have an angry-looking Skarmory. Screeching through the skies at high speeds. Since the feathers that it sheds are thin and sharp, people apparently once used them as swords. Very cool. Oh. We have a cute little pair of Dunmouse up next. Dunmouse. They look like they're giving each other a high five. That's so cute. This is by us USG men. Not sure how to pronounce that. The illustrator's name. It's very interesting style. It has like a very simplistic feel with very bold black lines. It's fun now. Next up, we have another chill teaser toy. Swish, swish, swish. even if he is knocked out, you get to put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. We have one of the 2 execute cards in the set up next. This one was done by the illustrator Okubo, and he always has a very interesting, like, geometric style. He uses like a lot of repeating shapes and straight lines in his art, which I always found interesting. I believe he also did that. I think it might have been the Snorlax card in the Journey Together that we saw. I have to double check that though. For our next reverse holo, we have a Sizzlebead. Slithering his way out from under a house. It stores flammable gas in its body and uses it to generate heat. The yellow sections on its belly get particularly hot. And oh, nice! I actually don't know if I had this one or not. We have a Durant EX. He looks like he just did a vengeful crush attack, and it is very sharp looking. That's so fun. He has an ability called Sudden Shearing, which reads, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard the top card of your opponent's deck. That's fun, but it sucks that it can only be used once. I'm pretty certain I was missing this one, so that's very exciting. We have our Sizzlebead. And our Execute. Yeah. We are down to our final pack of Surging Sparks. I love the Pikachu pack for last. Let's see if there's something fun hiding inside this pack. Here's the last Surging Sparks QR code. And some tippies for good luck. Oh, always good to start a Surging Sparks with a lightning. We start off this pack with another adorable pair of Shellos. I love the way that they designed like the environment that they're in. It's actually very reminiscent of how the games were designed, with the kind of like flat plateau structure. It's fun. We have an adorable Dedenne up next. Dedenne emits electrical waves from the whiskers on their cheeks to communicate with each other. When low on electricity, they curl up and sleep. To go with the Annihilate that we found earlier, we have its basic form, the Mankey. This Mankey is seen here, dangling from a treetop. I love how his tail is just kind of swooped around this lower branch here. So cute. We have a fires thunder. It chases after the storm clouds so that the Blitzel in the group can use the lightning to charge up. We have a Pokemon tool up next that I don't know if I've ever really seen it be used. It's called the Berry. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is damaged by attacks from your opponent's water Pokemon, it takes 60 less damage. That's probably why it's very specific. We have a beautiful Pavilion. It is the evolved form of Spupa. The little Spupa quest at the museum in Legend CA was one of my favorites in the game. It was so cute. This Pokemon was born in a mysterious land. It scatters colorful toxic scales from its wings during battle. We have a lovely Indeedee up next, hovering her way in a library. Or I guess technically she's standing on a footstool, but she looks very high up. She has an ability called Obliging Heal, which reads, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may heal 30 damage from your active Pokemon and have it recover from a special condition. For our first reverse holo, we have a Tapu Koko. He has an interesting attack called Summon Lightning, which lets you search your deck for up to 2 electric Pokemon and put them into your hand. His second attack, Prize Count, does 90 damage and does an additional 90 if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. We have a reverse holo of the Gastrodon up next. He is the evolved form of the cute little Shallow-Spare that we saw earlier. The Gastrodon features an ability called Sticky Bind. Stick. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, benched stage 2 Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, have no abilities. Interesting. And for our last card of Surging Sparks, we have a Palkia. It is said to live in a gap in the spatial dimension parallel to ours. It appears in mythology. Gastrodon reverse holo. And ventured out into the world and it's found a really interesting pond. But I'm not sure if those are like rocks or kind of crystals growing out of the water. It's interesting. We have a tiny little Puccina. He looks like he has heard something off in this distance and is growling over his shoulder in protection. Puccina pursue their prey in packs. Once the prey is exhausted, the pack finishes it off, but sometimes the prey retaliates and the pack flees. We have a giant palo sand up next. He is the evolved form of the sun biggest little sandcastle Pokemon. He is now like a massive castle on the beach. It looks like it's a beautiful sunset as well. Following the palo sand, we have a Galali, the evolved form of Snowrunt. He's kind of scary looking actually. I don't know if it's just like the way his teeth and eyes are kind of like hiding behind the hollow shell around him. But a little creepy. It prevents prey from escaping by instantaneously freezing moisture in the air. We have an item up next, the Ogre's Mask. I believe this actually got reprinted in Prismatic Evolutions. It is an Ogerpon deck specific item, and it lets you choose a Ogerpon EX in your discard pile and switch it in with your current Ogerpon EX in play. We have another Okubo card up next, the Probopass. As you can see, he sticks with the very like geometric square shapes and lines in this card, which is very fitting for the Probopass. I actually have been wanting this card because I want to collect a bunch of Tomokazu Kayoma cards. We have a reverse hollow of the Venipede. Oh, I just love this style. It's so interesting and intricate. Just the way he uses all like the colors in ways you wouldn't expect, and has like lots of like cool little shapes. Like all these aren't dots; they're actually like little stars, flowers. Oh, that's so pretty. Love it. For our next reverse hollow, we have a Chimeco. The wind chime Pokemon. It looks like she was actually in a house doodling a picture of herself. It's a beautiful self-portrait. So cute. And we have an EX, I think. We have a Sinistcha EX to go with the cover of the pack that we had. He's so silly looking. He's like tossing all of these little olives at us. He has an attack called Rebrew, which lets you put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon for each basic grass energy card in your discard pile, and then shuffle those energy cards back into your deck. He also has an attack called Matcha Splash that does 120 damage and heals 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. always happy to get more EX cards. Join our Durant over there. We have our Kahanago. And our Venipede. I'm excited about this one. Moving on to our next Twilight Masquerade pack. Here's your QR code. One energy to the front. And we have a metal energy. To start us off, we have a mighty girder. Lifting his giant steel beam like it's a feather. I like how the city behind him actually has a very kind of ancient deserty feel. It's very cool looking. Next up, we have a non-reverse hollow version of the Venipede. Venipede and Sizzlepede are similar species, but when the two meet, a huge fight ensues. We have an adorable Aron up next. Aron. Little metal bug. It eats iron ore and sometimes railroad tracks to build up the steel armor that protects its body. One of my favorites. We have an adorable sand shrew. This is a Tatsukayama card, and you can always tell his because he has the very spongy, speckly style with his cards. Oh, it's such an adorable looking sand shrew. It almost actually looks like he's underwater. The way that there's sand and coral around, which is interesting. There's another little sand shrew over there, kind of curled up into a ball. So sweet. Next up, we have a Bellybald. It's actually really cool design too. The way that they did the line art with the black outline almost has kind of a classic Asian art technique style with the ink pen or ink brush. It's very cool. We have a supporter card that I actually use in a couple of my decks. It's very useful. It is Hassel. He's really cool because if your Pokemon was knocked out the turn before, he lets you look at the top 8 cards of your deck and choose 3 of them to add to your hand. We have a Poliwrath up next. Poliwrath, slinging a giant jet of water towards his enemy. Very cool. For our first reverse hollow of this pack, we have a Volbeat. Leaping out of a very serene looking pond. his strength, lifting this little plank of wood as he runs around the town. We have a shy little Spinark up next. Some fishers weave its sturdy thread into nets to catch fish Pokemon. I love how he looks like he's just waiting for the bus. Oh, that's an interesting designed Growlithe. We have a Hisuian Growlithe. It's interesting because it has like a 3D effect to it, but also the background is very flat. So it kind of like messes with your perspective of the card. That's cool. Oh, we have a very glum looking Bullywag up next. Bullywag. He looks so lonely. I just want to go up and like give him a big hug and tell him everything's gonna be okay. He's even like peering down at his reflection in the water. Why is he so sad? Poor little Bullywag. Next up, we have a Heracross. A little stag beetle Pokemon. With its Herculean powers, it can easily throw around an object that is 100 times its own weight. We have another item card that I haven't really seen be used that much either. The Love Ball. The Love Ball lets you search your deck for a Pokemon with the same name as one of your opponent's Pokemon in play, or reveal it and add it to your hand. Yeah, that's so specific, because you'd have to like be a mirror match against your opponent. I don't know why you just wouldn't use like a Buddy Buddy Boffin or Nest Ball or something. We have a Glebora. The beautiful ore Pokemon. It's interesting because he looks like a flower, but he's kind of in like a crystalline cave. It's fascinating. For our first Versano, we have the supporter Lucien. I love their purple hair. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. If each player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, they get to flip a coin. If heads, they draw 6 cards, and if tails, they only draw 3. Oh, that's so cool. We have a reverse hollow of Sandygast up next. And it looks like this illustrator actually like crocheted the little Sandygast Pokemon and made it out of like felt and yarn. That's so fun. Let's see, this is Asako Ito. Oh, I love that. And oh, nice. We have an ultra rare of Macargo EX. Very fun. Been doing well with the ultra rares this evening. I love that it has kind of a very similar like background pattern to the Pikachu EX's card. Unfortunately, the center ink's not great on it. It's okay. The Macargo EX features 2 attacks: Hot Magma for 70 damage and burn, and a Ground Burn, which does 140 damage, and you get to discard the top card of each player's deck. The attack does 140 more damage for each energy card that got discarded. Interesting. Okay, nice and secure. Pikachu up there. We have our Sandygast. And Elysian. Moving on to our next pack of Twilight Masquerade, which looks to feature a terrestrialized Dragapult on it, if I'm not mistaken. Here's our next Twilight Masquerade QR code. And we have a red hot fire energy. Fire, fire, fire. Oh, this is fun. We have a Lyron up first. Lyron. The evolved form of Aeron that we found earlier. I love the art on this though. Take a closer look. Oh, I just love it when they have such detailed backgrounds. It's nice to see people like really put in all the artistic work into the cards. Beautiful. We have a cute little gym jar up next. Gym jar. Leaping across a cliffside. Its fiery rear end is fueled by gas made in its belly. Even rain cannot extinguish the fire. We have a Pinsir up next, stomping his way out of a forest. Very cool. I like how the illustrator actually had most of the image in a shadow, except for a little bit of light streaming through behind the Pinsir. Makes him a little bit more menacing and dramatic. Oh. We have a beautiful Fione up next. Fione. I always love it when they do this style where you see the line of where the water edges, and you can see above and below. It's beautiful. She is floating in a very crystal clear lakeside. There's some bubbles and mango fruits around her. We have a non-hollow version of the Lucian. We have a Darmanitan up next. This is interesting because it's an Okubo card, but you can see the geometric shape he kind of focused on was more circular in this one. I love how he did all the bubbles everywhere. That's so interesting. It almost makes it have a really cool pattern to it. It's such a unique style. We have another supporter card that was reprinted in Prismatic Evolutions. The Carmine. She is useful because if you go first, you can actually use her during your first turn, which you normally cannot do. She lets you discard your hand and draw an additional 5 cards. For our first reverse hollow, we have a Diplin. Also, that was reprinted in Prismatic. This Diplin focused on the Festival Lead ability and reads, if Festival Grounds is in play, this Pokemon may use its attack twice, which original Pokemon. I love how they designed this. It has like a very dry and hot feel. The way that they made these all smoke and very desaturated colors. Very cool. Hisuian Arcanine. We have Arfione, Reverse Hollow, and Artiplin. Moving on to our penultimate pack of the evening. Here's your next QR code. And we have another refreshing water energy. Water. We start off with the adorable Sand Shrew. He features 2 attacks, Roll Out for 10 damage, and Double Scratch for 20 times. Well, you do 2 coin flips and does 20 damage for each heads. We have the Darumaka up next. Leaping his way and poofing out a tiny little flame as he goes. So cute. Oh. We have a beautiful A-Bomb card up next. A-Bomb. It looks like he is sitting on a cherry blossom tree and is surrounded by all the beautiful blossoming flowers. Love it. We have our lonely little Poliwag up next. Its legs are newly grown and it can't walk very well. It seems to prefer swimming through the water instead. We have a beautiful Florges strolling through a very lush field of wildflowers. Oh, it's so pretty. Love it. She has an ability called Captivating Invitation, which reads, once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If it's heads, you can switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot and confuse them. We have the Stadium Festival Grounds, which is what the Diplin utilized. I believe the Goldines and Sea Kings also utilize the stadium. It reads, each Pokemon that has any energy attached, both yours and your opponent, recover from all special conditions and cannot be affected by special conditions. We have another lovely Glimora up next. Glimora's petals are made of numbers have steadily increased. We have a crookie up next. Little grass chimpanzee swinging from the vines. He's so cute. When it uses its special stick to strike up a beat, the sound waves produced carry revitalizing energy to the plants and flowers in the area. Oh, this just looks like a Lisa Frank painting to me. We have a lovely Finizen. I love the very pastel looking rainbow colors that the artist used for all the coral reef that is behind it. It's so pretty. Following the Finizen, we have another Polyrath. It can use its well-developed arms and legs to run on the surface of the water for a split second. Very cool. We have another Hassel supporter card. We have the Ancient Brute Bonnet. He kind of looks like the Fungus Pokemon, or is it a Mungus? I think is the final one, with the Pokeball in the mushroom cap. But he looks like kind of a zombie version of him. It is possible that the creature listed as a Brute Bonnet in a certain book could actually be this Pokemon. I want to know what certain book they keep referring to. For our next card, I think it's our first reverse holo. We have the supporter Kieran. I feel like Prismatic Evolution reprinted a lot of cards from this set. This card is actually very useful though, because it's a choose your own adventure supporter card. You either get to switch in your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon, or you can choose to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX. For our next reverse holo, to complete out our Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath line, we have the Dancing Poliwhirl. He is dancing outside of a shrine, it looks like, in the city. So fun. Its skin is moist all over its body. The skin on its belly spiral also feels